Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Batcast, where I and Bumpers talk with Braydon Kenny to talk about Batman, the animated series. And this week is Holiday Nights. How you doing today, sir?
This is not my beautiful Beatos, and you are not my beautiful wife. Adam, how did I get here?
Well, I should hope not.
You don't remember that night in Niagara Falls?
Well, I do, but you weren't there. Yeah, yeah. The last time I was there, like this May for the Niagara Falls Con, was finally able to hit the Mario, like that loosely Mario Kart themed go-kart track they have there.
Oh yeah.
That's like modeled after the. Initially, I thought it was like legit like Mario Kart themed, but then once I got there, I realized, yeah, I guess they would be able to get that past copyright. So I guess it's like modeled after one of the tracks. And I was like, yeah, that 100 makes sense, especially with being in my in my field. I guess I should have thought of that before I got there, but it was still fun though. But as I said, yes, this is Holiday Nights is the first episode of quote unquote season three of Batman the Animated Series. If you're following along on the physical media, but it's actually the first season of the new Batman adventures. Were you like aware of this series before we started this show? Or you're nodding yes, like you need to.
Yeah. So what happened was this is kind of how I like really religiously watched the show because this is when it was going as kind of like a tag team hour with the Superman animated series. So just to kind of get the production notes kind of out of the way, because obviously there's a lot of visual changes here. Um, the animators wanted to have a more consistent vibe with that show, so it didn't look like you were watching two different shows during the. I think they even called it like the Batman Superman hour. So that's why all the characters get revamped. A bunch of them are about the same, with a couple like modifications. Some, as we'll get to, are very different and not widely accepted by fans. I think you'll figure out pretty quick who that is. But
What do you mean fans are shitty sometimes? I mean,
it's not so much the fans as it
I
is
know I was not.
what were the
Yeah,
animators thinking?
I
Like,
know, I know. I was just, yeah, I was going to make a Snyderverse joke, but I decided against it.
oh no,
I don't want
we the
the.
baddies. But just to kind of get a couple things out of the way, yeah, like more or less what they said was they wanted to get some things more consistent with the Superman animated series, which was kind of going in syndication at the same time. But they also had less strict censors with Fox Kids because now they were on Kids WB. So
Oh,
you'll also notice, and we'll get to that eventually in this recap, they pull their punches a less with the censor board. And this is why we got a WB kind of Christmas themed episode because they wanted something that was going to be, I don't know, like it's very interesting. Like and you'll probably get to this when you're kind of with the opening credits. I'm pretty sure that the production date and the airing date are the same, are they not?
yeah, it's like the first, as I first produced and the first two area. So
And I think that's how it goes for the rest of the series.
I would probably would. I didn't. I usually don't look that far ahead. I usually do that like right before
Oh, I do. And I'm like, okay, so for the next ones, I'm like, oh, so it's just air dates. Okay, good. Because
But
that's where it's gonna get. There's also gonna be a couple moments in here, as you'll hear, guys, where it's like, wait, what's going on? Like, when did that happen? So, but yeah, I won't delay the opening any further.
yeah, but as you're getting at, yeah, this is like the first episode to produce and the first to air, having it air September 13th, Yeah, 1997. You remember what you're doing September 13th, 1997?
Of course not. I was seven.
Se Seven. Oh fuck! I think I was starting. I was like in probably think I starting grade 11 or first like probably like second week in grade 11 at this point.
7-Eleven.
Uh, and nothing really sticks out from like grade 11 specifically to be like, hey, this happened in grade 11. So like this is like a bad. I fuck I have no idea what the fuck's what I was doing at this point in my life. To be honest, other than I was in high school.
So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
episode is a series of short stories leading up to New Year's Eve, and it starts off with December 22nd, and Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are roommates. They're just like kind of sitting around, and Harley's like, "Hey, it's this close to Christmas. We don't even have a Christmas tree. Like, this sucks." And it's like, you're telling Poison Ivy, of all people, that you want to cut down a tree and put it in your apartment. And she's like, "Of course. What did you just say?"
yeah, and she like freaks out. It's like I like adding to like the murder, like basically like the murder of trees. And I guess at this point in life, like the popularity of like the fake trees probably weren't it wasn't as popular as it what it became, I guess, really. So, so
Yeah.
yeah, so the thought of having a fake tree didn't it wouldn't even cross our minds. It's like real trees are nothing.
Didn't you watch the Christmas Vacation? All it takes is one cigar and it goes up in smoke. So Harley more or less looks the same. I wanted to ask you what you thought of Poison Ivy's new design.
I I didn't like her just going a bit more just pale. Like sure like if
Hmm.
I had like a little like a green tinge to it, like the paleness, like I felt like would have made sense. But if it's just like kind of like a Beetlejuice almost, but not just like just straight pale. I didn't like because I think I because that screams more like vampire, like underworld, like Celine style, like vampire
Hmm.
than Poison Ivy. Because I feel that almost doesn't make sense for her. I don't
Yeah,
think.
this design of Poison Ivy kind of looks like something Tim Burton would have had his
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
animation guys like draw up.
yeah,
She's in more, yeah, kind of like a black greenish tinge kind of outfit when we see her later.
yeah,
Um, she's got black lipstick and like her hair is thicker. She kind of looks gothic,
yeah. Yeah,
but
the goth so that thing motif almost makes sense, but like the black black lipstick and the paleness. Yeah, like if it was like a dark red, like a dark red, like the lipstick, it would make sense. And then and then just like yeah, instead of just give like the pale skin like the green tinge to yeah, 100% would have I felt would have worked.
hmm. So yeah, Harley's like talking about like how much she wants a Christmas tree, and like Poison Ivy like pretty much tries to smother with her with a pillow, but basically to shut her up. But it's like, hey, I wouldn't be shocked if she goes the extra mile. Like,
Kill botanical genocide. Trees all botanical genocide you.
what
Ah.
what's one more dead body on my plans for human extinction?
I use your bones as fertilizer.
Yeah, so I forget how she gets the idea, but like Ivy says, I've got a plan that will make this the happiest holiday ever. And that's when we cut to it's Veronica Vreeland's house. And Bruce Wayne is having a conversation with the Veronica about like holiday plans. Bruce more or less looks the same. There's only like, okay, so this is what I mean when I say like they tried to keep a lot of the characters kind of consistent in terms of style. Like their faces are less round, they're more pointy, and there's more like color in their eyes. Like I think Bruce's eyes are like just blue pupils, which it works. Like I'm not saying that it makes him look like, you know, awkward looking. It makes him look more sleek. But yeah, this is where everything kind of has like a little bit more of like a different tone to it that either will be welcomed or not by the fans. So yeah, Veronica's saying, like, what are you doing for Christmas, Bruce? And he's like, oh, I was thinking of having, like another Christmas at home or something, or alone, basically. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, they over there might have something to say about that. He's like, who's they? Cut to like a conga line of women who are just squeeing for him, like,
Yeah, okay, yeah, because in that too, didn't they say like he was like under the mistletoe as well?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, because he's like my mom is dead. Yeah, I think in when he said like I might want to say to them, you may want to like change where you're standing or whatever too, or something to that effect.
Yeah, and he has a classic "now, ladies," and it's like all it would take with the genders to be flipped here, and this be very awkward. And as he's like trying to get away from them, there's this person in the shadows, and as Bruce turns around, they grab him and plant one on him, and you just see Bruce kind of frozen. Like the women don't even try and kiss him after that. As this stranger walks away, he's just kind of looking like petrified, like just like still. And then it's like, okay, so what just happened there? Then Bruce walks out of the party. He seems back to normal, and there's a car out front, and we hear a voice say, a woman's voice say, "Do you need a ride, Mr. Wayne?" And he's like, "No, thanks. I'll just walk." It's like,
He's
well,
like
presumably you're,
I think he says like I have my own car.
yeah. It's like presumably Alfred is like in the parking lot here. We
That was
don't see
also
Alfred in this episode.
no, yeah, because like yeah, because it turns out to be like Ivy and Harley in the car, and like and it's just like a random chauffeur that she like also mind controlled instead of Alfred. Yeah, so I thought
Mhm.
that was so I thought that was weird. Yeah, because I think the implication is that, like Alfred would probably have like figured it out and like action Alfred his way out of it before he let the episode even began.
Mhm. So Ivy said, yeah.
It's like I went through World War II. You can't get me with the old mind controlled lipstick trick. Like I fell for that way too many times with Bugs Bunny. I mean,
Silence, foul temptress. A pox on thee.
that only works three times on me, and that's well behind me. So
If Red Claw couldn't get it out of me, then you have no chance. I did not break for Janeway. Yeah, so
I'm not the Borg.
yeah. So as Bruce is starting to walk away after saying like no thanks, all of a sudden you hear Harley say, "Oh, but we insist," and then his face just kind of like twists, and he's just like, and like walks by, walks back, looking like he's doing so against his own volition.
Yeah, because I think the first few steps were like backwards, even. Yeah, then he
Yeah, he kind of moonwalks. Yeah. So yeah, so he goes back to them and like it's Harley and Ivy in their costumes and they're basically like come on in, Brucey, and he awkwardly kind of like does as they want and just kind of sits between them looking like I can't move, I can't do anything, kind of thing. It's just kind of funny. It's like must resist sexy women.
Must pretend I don't like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so they say, well, we got ourselves our own billionaire for Christmas, so let's see what we can have fun with doing that. And it's like, oh no, but no, they're going on a shopping spree, and I love when they get to this big department store. I don't think like it was clearly closed, but they didn't look like they even broke into it. They just kind of like opened the door. And so Bruce like still he kind of walks like Frankenstein behind them, like kind of like stiff, And I loved right behind him, the chauffeur is just lying on the ground, his eyes wide open, stiff as a board. Yeah, it's like you didn't need to show that. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's for just like kind of like an unnerving effect, or I
And,
guess. But
and by initially, I thought they actually killed him.
well, that's what I thought. Well, and as
That like only thing I didn't realize it wasn't is because he shows up later, like when they go and leave, he's driving the car again. So I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
said,
Poison
fuck it.
Ivy just said, "Lie in this puddle of slush until we get back." So then we have this montage. I think this is the animators basically kind of like showing off to the audience, which I can't blame them for. Like it's just showing like, we have like a whole different look to these characters because like Harley and Ivy are going through like various outfits. Some look more modern, some of them look kind of like nostalgic, like the old BTOS. At one point they wear those like big I don't even know what they call those hats. It's like the things. It's like some of you wear out of Austin Powers, like those big newsboys, like poofed up hats, and they
Oh,
just look at each other wearing it, and they go, "Ee!" And I'm like, okay, like, and then they go up to like I guess it's like their apartment or something, and like they're like, step lively, Brucey, and Bruce finally figures out what it's like to be Alfred, carrying like six boxes on top of each other. He's just like struggling. It's like, you've like bent open like an alligator's jaws, but you can't lift like four boxes of women's clothing.
no, I think that was more like him trying to fight the mind
Oh,
control
true,
than
yeah,
than not because I think it's about this point like right after that is like it comes off that it's like that it's starting to wear off or something like that.
yeah,
And so I think like Harley says he better or like whoever says to the other one that did it, he's like I might as well like re up it, and they apply the
yeah.
lipstick, and they go and kiss him, but
He's like, no means no.
then I forget why. Then I forget what happens. Like
He, he
does does he like finally break out or just I forget.
He kind of does. So like what happens is like, yeah, Ivy gives Harley the black lipstick, the mind control lipstick, and Harley goes, "Give me some sugar, baby," and Bruce is like, "Ah," and backs up. For some reason, the elevator shaft is open,
Oh,
and he
that's right.
falls down the elevator shaft, and Harley's yeah, Harley's just like, "Oh my gosh, we killed him." And then they just go, "Oh well, at least we got his credit card. We're gonna kill him anyway." Like,
How funny. I can't remember. Like, do you remember what show that was? It was like an older show that they that's how they killed off like one of like the main characters or whatever, just to write them off. Is
oh,
had them walk into a fucking elevator shaft and like fall down and die.
it sounds like not a show that I watched, but a show
Yeah,
I heard
yeah,
of did that, but I forget
yeah,
which one.
yeah. I know. I didn't watch the show, but like it's one of those things. One of
I'm
those
looking
like
it up for
crazy.
my own curiosity.
Yeah, one of those crazy things that happen in the show things. Yeah, but I'm not drawing a blank on what it is. Yeah. But it made me think of that. Yeah. Then as they were saying like, hey, we still have his credit cards. Like you see see his hand like
Are you thinking of
pop up.
L.A. Law?
Was it okay? Was it okay? Yeah.
That's the first one that's coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I wouldn't be surprised if that is yeah, but which as I said, like I wouldn't be surprised because I didn't actually watch L.A. Law.
I didn't
So
know there was an L.A. Law. I was thinking, you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of Friends because apparently I think they did something similar to Joey's actor persona, like Dr. Drake Ramore or
oh
something like that.
so that's probably they're probably drawn from the L.A. Law thing just because of how like ridiculous it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they decided, hey, was it Drake Ramore? I think it was the name. I want to say.
that was his soap opera
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he fell down an elevator shaft with sexy results. So
Right. Yeah, like you like fall down the shaft and it's like on the bottom floor, so that's only down like 2 feet. You're like,
I
what the fuck?
think I stubbed my toe
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
sexy results.
Yeah, yeah. Then the elevator comes discounts and like and like flattens them. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
like a reverse like Mission Impossible 1 movie.
yeah, there you go. So yeah, they walk away thinking he's gone, and then you see like a hand reach out, and obviously you like kind of what's around the corner. So Ivy and Harley are back down on the street going for another shopping spree, and they're like, "Where do you want to go next, Harley?" And Harley says, "As long as we're getting away from him." And that's when you see the silhouette of Batman swinging behind them. So I personally love the new BTOS outfit that they have for him. I was okay with the original BTOS outfit, but like I like this. It's simpler. It makes him like bulkier. It looks a little kind of Dark Knight Returns ish. It's all just black and gray. There's no yellow, and I'm probably gonna get like the fans or listeners like hating me in what I'm about to say. I've never liked the blue and gray Batman design. It's never made sense to me. Why do you have blue if you're inspired by a bat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So how many bats have yellow though too? So
Well, I think that the yellow was like meant to kind of like give his like symbol a bit of oomph. And it's obviously like inspired by like, the Tim Burton design. But yeah, it's never made sense to like except for like how like the ink is like put into the comic design because I think that predates BTOS and like the blue gray bat suit. But yeah, I've never liked it. I know even fans right now are like pounding on James Gunn's door right now to get him to say like, "Are you gonna do Batman with blue and gray?" And it's just like, oh my gosh, please stop.
I like the gray and black, but like the blue and black. Yeah, like the Neil Adams like style blue. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. Yeah, so
Even in like the Flash movie, I mean, say for that movie what you will, I think like the last suit we got of like Batfleck, he had a little bit of like a bluish tint to his costume, and I'm like, okay, this kind of works, but if this was the whole movie, I would definitely have like had a little bit more of an objection to it. But yeah, we won't go too deep into that avenue of the abyss.
because I still haven't and will not watch that movie.
Did I just find your new Titanic goal?
No, yeah, it's
Hey, it's Batman themed. Don't tempt me.
yeah. Wait, which one would I be? Of those two movies would I be more likely to watch?
I told you I got you to watch Titanic, so now it's just a matter of when you watch The Flash. Titanic
But
came to you.
yeah, but of the actual movies, yeah, I think like other two that I would imagine like Titanic would be the one that would get me to watch because it has boobs in it. So
Oh my God. What? You don't want to
uh,
see Ezra Miller's ass?
I don't want to see anything of Ezra Miller. So
Yeah, I can't blame you on that. Yeah, honestly, I hope that they're getting mental health treatment, but what the heck happened to them? Like, I don't understand. Like,
yeah.
that's like, we won't go too deep into that. Like, we got Batman to talk about, but yeah. So Harley and Ivy go rushing into this department store, and Batman follows them. So this department store has this giant tower, and when I say giant, I mean a tower of gigantic toys.
Yeah.
Like for perspective, like yeah, you and I live like in the Toronto area. And so like this is like a tower of toys that could fit inside the Eaton Center.
Yeah, like multiple floors of the Eaton Center, so you have to like be on like
Yeah.
the one side where it was actually open. Yeah, so that'd be like have to like be like positioned probably where they I think they do like a Christmas tree there because I
Hmm.
think I saw, yeah. So it probably ought to be like where that is, yeah. And yeah, even that, I don't think that spot would fit this tower, even.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely like you might as well have this department store be like inside like a hollowed out skyscraper.
It's like that. Like, it's like the what the Mall of America, almost like where like that huge ass fucking mall in
Probably, yeah, better
Minnesota or
comparison.
in Minnesota or where the fuck that is. Yeah, like huge ass.
It's in America. That's all we need
or,
to know.
or like I sort of really over here like Canadians like the Edmonton Mall where it's like that huge ass or it's like the three submarines.
Yeah. You say there's submarines?
Uh, like yeah, it has like a water park like inside the thing, and it has like submarines in it. Yeah.
My sister lives in Alberta and she's gone to like the Edmonton Mall a couple of times. She never mentioned a submarine. I'm looking this up. Okay, yeah, yeah, you continue with the recap while I find out if I have to send a text to my sister going, "What the heck?"
So like yeah, they get in there and they ends up like climbing up the tower to get to them, and like once he gets to the top, I was expecting like Harley to be at the top and hit him with a mallet like right away, but
Hmm.
Ivy was there, uh, and then he escapes her or whatever, and then he goes down a bit. Then Harley's there and goes to hit him with a mallet there. So I was like, okay, yeah, there she is.
Happy New Year, chump.
But yeah, but I was expecting the mallet right away.
Yeah, that's comedy. It delays what your expectations are and then hits you with the punchline. Yeah, so Batman falls like, oh what, like 6 stories into like a like pile of toys, like like plastic like shards digging into his body, and he's just like ah. They managed to climb down, and I don't know what the storyboards were here because they're just like oh Harley, you broke our new toy, and then they start twirling like manic pixie dream girls, like wee bye bye Batsy. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, is like I know Harley's crazy, but is she actually high? Like,
Well, how do you think people deal with living in Gotham City, man?
I guess, yeah.
You've been in Toronto, like this is like the comp version of that, and like you have to be fucking high to deal with this all the show all the time. So
Yeah.
I imagine what.
Traffic alone would make you need to be high.
So imagine fucking what living in Gotham City would be like. So
I was in the city like last weekend and had to like get back to work and thankfully got back to got to work on time. But I swear I spent like close to an hour just going and like all these like things because like you can't turn left here, you can't turn right there. I just wanted to get on the friggin' Gardner.
yeah, that's why I like that one thing I always see like online. It's like yeah, Toronto's an hour away from Toronto.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Yeah, so
I know. That's why I always like when I have to go to the review, like on the west side of Dundas. Like I live like just off Dundas, and I have to like go up to line two and take it across, and then go down because trying to fucking take the streetcar like across Dundas is the traffic's so bad. Like I think I like one day I tried taking that. The last time I took that streetcar, like I almost like missed traffic or so bad. I almost missed the movie. Got off at a stop, got one, rented one of those city bikes, and fucking was able to ride around like the shitty like that city bicycle like faster like than how the streetcar was going. And
mhm.
was able to make the movie on time.
I know that Toronto traffic is bad, especially when Tom Cruise, who I
Yeah.
remind you guys lives in L.A., one of the worst traffic areas of America, and he's saying how bad our traffic is.
He's like, wait, what's up with the Toronto traffic? It's like, I have friends in Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah, so as they're like twirling away, like, away from Batman, there's a giant Christmas tree, probably about the same size as the Eaton Center Christmas tree. And he like I think snagged the end of it with his like grapple gun and yanks on it, and I guess that's enough for it to give way because all of a sudden, uh, Ivy and Harley look up, see this big looming shadow over them, and go, "Ah,"
Yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah.
tree falls right on top of them. And Harley or Ivy says, as like they're pinned down by the tree, and Batman goes to, like arrest them. She's like to Harley, he's like, "Are you happy you got your stupid tree?" And Harley's like, "Yeah,
I guess.
you can't take the tree to prison." So the next scene, again, this is like three different
That
short
little,
stories.
yeah, little vignette thing. Yeah, yeah. But the next one is like they're out to the department store, and it's like
Christmas Eve.
but yeah, Christmas Eve, and it's like Bullock is the mall Santa.
Yeah, Bad Santa. Actually, it's kind of reverse Bad Santa because unlike, Billy Bob Thornton's guy who was there to like rob the place, they're here to prevent the place from being robbed. So, yeah, or Bullock is Santa and Montoya is like a Christmas elf. She kind of looks like a mix between Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. And I love how these kids, of course, like any mall Santa, the kids are wailing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
so
yeah. Even me as the mall Easter bunny that one time. Yeah, I think I made like a couple of kids cry, being inside the suit. Yeah, but of course, so too, like I made me think that like I was like a 6 foot tall bunny. So and not surprised I'm making like the little kids cry.
I love sorry. I love when like this one kid like goes onto the Bullock's lap and he says, "You're not the real Santa." And Bullock, who's just like looks like he's had enough of like an hour of this, is like, "Sure I am. You want to see my gun?"
Yes, because Santa famously has guns. I guess that's like American Santa. I guess you would.
Yeah. I call the left one naughty and the right one nice.
That's no, it's or if it was American Santa, it would just be like naughty and naughty. Yeah.
Make Christmas great again.
uh, is it like in like the Lobo like paramilitary like Christmas special? Like, is it like him Lobo was going to like kill Santa or something like that? Is
That
I think
sounds like, yeah. I never
is
read it, but yeah, it sounds like it.
yeah, I think I picked it up but I don't think I actually ended up reading it. So I can't remember. I feel that might be what that storyline was. For
Yeah.
me to
I think I'm more excited for Jason Momoa as Lobo than I am Aquaman.
yeah.
I mean, he did a solid Aquaman,
And he was like, yeah, it's like Aquaman was almost Lobo anyway, because he's basically Lobo.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just meld like a Aquaman with his Fast and Furious character, and it's fucking Lobo.
yeah,
And I can't believe fucking Vin Diesel fucking tried to throw him under the bus as to why like it had that movie didn't do as
oh
well
my
as they
God.
like why it wanted it to do. Like but he was the fucking best thing about that part of that movie.
I still say that Jason Momoa played a better Joker in
Yeah.
that movie than
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
Yeah. I think I could do a fucking better Joker than Jared Leto, but
Yeah.
but yeah, like he was like
Hey,
one
Jared,
of
you want to do our Joker laugh just so they can get it for the audio takes? Sure. Now, what the hell was that? That's
but
called method acting.
but yeah, he was like the best part of that movie. I fucking
Yeah.
so I wonder if they end up doing like finally do like the second part of the movie if they're gonna actually hit like well, I guess they'll have to have him back because he was like he was like still like the villain or whatever because he was
Why do I have a feeling that Vin Diesel's like he was killed off screen or some stupid crap?
yeah so yeah but yeah and I was just thinking even like with like he was like in like the last shot or whatever but yeah they'll probably try to fuck him over here because uh, Stupid Vin Diesel.
We get it, Vin. You want a career, but you have to play nice with others to do it. Maybe, just throwing it out there, maybe, Vin, you're the problem.
Yeah, but I remember when we like thought that initially, like when him and The Rock were having like that beef or whatever, like
Oh, that's just two assholes. Like,
oh
that's two
yeah,
assholes
yeah,
colliding.
true,
Like,
true. But but then it turns out like how like with like what The Rock tried to do with yeah the WB stuff or whatever. So
oh, yeah.
it was like yeah, he turns out to be the worse than what Vin Diesel was. So I wouldn't
I
be
mean,
surprised.
if anything, that just shows like that WB was not like really on top of the production because how
Right.
do you sneak a scene into the final cut of the movie?
No, I don't think he like snuck it in. He just like
Yeah, he
said fuck
did.
it. He just said he's fucking I'm doing
No, he did,
it.
but it's like, okay, then don't put it in the movie. Like you're the producers, you have the
Yeah,
final say.
yeah,
That's why it's called the final cut.
yeah. So but yeah, so
Anyway, so yeah, Bullock and Montoya are like on a kind of stakeout for these like this mysterious shoplifter that's been like robbing the
and
place.
yeah, no, and that was the one thing I was like, I'm fairly certain they wouldn't send like a seasoned detective for like a shoplifter.
No, but this is Bullock who they hate. They're like,
That like I think we're meant to hate him, but would they like? It's just like a regular cop to Gotham, so like it didn't feel like that was like in his job description to be like taking down shoplifters.
no, but it kind of feels like by the end, like Montoya somehow, even if she and Bullock are of the same rank, it's like kind of like I'm giving the orders here. We'll get to that. But also in this scene is Barbara Gordon. So we see the Batgirl costume later. It's just more black and like more yellow into her ensemble. I personally like it, but the voice actress is different. So did you recognize the voice of Barbara?
And I did not know.
It's Tara Strong.
Oh, nice.
So they wanted like a younger voice to Barbara, and I guess that's why they replaced Melissa Gilbert with Tara Strong. And I think that it works, and I think she carries out for the rest of the the continuation of BTOS, obviously until we get to Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the 1 year I was volunteering at Fan Expo, like I was in the voice actor area and saw her on the Saturday, and I guess I don't know why I was surprised as to how short she is because I shouldn't have been caught off guard. But I saw her get up and like hug one of the fans or whatever, and I was like, oh, she is kind of short. And I was like, oh, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised because my
Is
no
she
offense.
short or are you tall?
Yeah, I guess at this point I shouldn't be surprised that like everyone's like shorter than me. So because I know like three people that are taller than me.
We all are overshowered by the Tower of Chunkman. This is a mighty stump indeed.
I know that's what I was surprised. Like the Dr. DC guys, I was actually taller than Reed.
All the guys on the dock score couldn't believe. Like they'll ask every once in a while, like, "So how's tall is Stump?" And I'm like, "He's like 6'5". Like, no, he's not. I'm like, no, I'm not kidding. He is. You're probably taller than that. You will neither confirm nor deny.
No, I'm 6'3".
Okay.
So, but like the dog likes to claim he's 6'3", but like as a son, I'm taller than the dog. So,
There you
so one of us is right, and it's me.
go. Oh, those sound like fighting words. Ding a ling a ling. Hey, Reed. He said what?
I said the correct thing.
I'm spitting facts. So yeah, Barbara's like getting like Christmas presents for her dad, and she sees like there's a kid like sneaking around and like got like a suspicious look on his face. So she's immediately piqued her curiosity and starts to follow the kid. And
but aren't all kids like sneaky and have weird looks on their faces though?
I don't know what you're talking about. I was a straight shooter as a child.
Or am I just a suspicious kid when I
No,
was growing up? Which
no,
I
every
will,
kid is like that.
yeah, which I won't go into detail because yes, I may have
Yes.
said too much.
Yeah, so back at Bullock in Montoya, there's this kid on on Bullock's lap, and she says, I forget what she was saying, like, can are you gonna visit my daddy and give him a present or something?
It's like
And
they just say, he's like, hey, I'm blah blah blah, and can you get my dad out of jail?
yeah, yeah, that was it. Yeah,
And he's like, oh
and
yeah, mate. And then he's like, and then it turns out that he's like, hey, wait, you're
Mike
because she's like,
McSweeney's kid or something,
yeah, because
Mad Dog McSweeney.
he's like, mad, no, wait, blah blah blah, because she actually, yeah, she said her name. And he's like, yeah, he's like, oh.
He turns to Montoya. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I sent her dad up the river 3 months ago." I'm like, considering Bullock doesn't necessarily play by the rules, it's a good thing he didn't put the kid's dad below the river, if you know what I mean. Like, you don't get the name Mad Dog in a city like Gotham unless you're really earning the nickname. And then Bullock, yeah, gives he's like feeling guilty, and he's like, "Yeah, kid, buy yourself something nice," and like hands like a bunch of cash to her, and she's like, "Oh, thanks. Can I buy my daddy something with this?" And he's like, "As long as it's not a hacksaw," which I thought was a nice little button there. So yeah, Barbara is following this kid through the toy store and sees the kid start to shoplift, and she tries to grab the kid's arm, and then all of a sudden the kid's arm liquefies, and she's
Yeah,
like, "What?"
or yeah, they takes off like a chunk or whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
And
she's
then,
like, "What
yeah,
the hell?"
and he's able to run away, and then that kind of like tips it off that yeah, like the kid is Clayface. And as I was thinking that, and the kid runs away and goes around the corner, I was like, that's I'm like fairly certain that's not how like Clayface's powers were shown to be, and the thing that he kind of has to do like the like regular shapeshifter rules. He kind of has to be like the same, roughly like the same size
Hmm.
like a first one ever, and then you just see like a bunch of like other kids like running away, and then this kind of
They kind of
like
do
a
the Power Rangers thing of like
yeah
turning into like a Clayface Megazord.
yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, there it is, and then like yeah, that makes sense. Then it turns into Clayface, and then made me think. Do you think when he was doing like the four like the kids at once? Do you think it was like a hive, like a Borg style, like hive
That's
mind?
exactly what I was thinking.
Or do you think multiple man where he's just like kind of like one of them was like the main one, he just was kind of like controlling the other ones, or do you think like each one has its like own little mind and they weren't connected and they just kind of knew to kind of like can sense each other and then were able to come back?
You know, without going further into the series, because there's an episode that kind of rolls with that. I'm intentionally being very vague here. I'm gonna go with they all have their own minds. It's just a matter of are all their minds on the same page with what they're doing. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to get too deep into like a really good episode coming up.
Just of like how connected they are, sort of thing, or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, so all these kids, like as they're getting cornered by Barbara and like Bullock and Montoya jump into action, they're like cornered in like the store and like they're all like backs against each other. And they're like, hold it right there. I don't think they drew their guns on them, but oh my gosh, if they did before they knew this was Clayface, like that'd be crazy. Like just a bunch of like 12-year-old shoplifters. It's like freeze. Um,
It's, it is set in America, so
Yeah, yeah. Take from that what you will. So all of a sudden, the kids like back into each other and morph into Clayface, who just goes ho ho ho. Clayface, I mean, other than a darker shade and kind of looking more compacted, looks about the same.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I did notice like because I and kind of forgot that like Ron Perlman is continuing doing the voice, but like I forgot it was he was the voice of the initial one because I think he was doing the voice differently in this
Hmm.
instance. So that made me think initially I had to go and check that. I was like, was he before? Because this is because this just struck me weird, oddly enough that I didn't feel right, but turns out that he was. Yeah, so I'd forgotten, but I guess if you know what it was like the first year is kind of like 92 and like 97, yeah. So if you're not like a solo like voice actor, I guess it'd be hard to try and remember like how you did the initial voice
Yeah. I'm
because
glad that they kept him with it though.
yeah, same here. But because even like I'll use like I guess using like The Simpsons and Futurama as examples. Yeah, but even if you're doing this doing the voice for X amount of years, it will change after in time. Yeah, because even like
Hmm.
the later in the later Futurama seasons, yeah, the voices aren't the same because they have they've left him come back like 2 3 times.
Oh yeah. Or they kill you off with like a t-shirt cannon.
Well, yeah, and then they came back and well, yeah, the mod didn't, voice actor didn't come back, so
Yeah, I think that she said like she was flying to LA for every time they needed her. Like I don't know where she was. It might have been like New York or something, but that's part of the reason why they kicked her off the show or the edge of the stadium, however you want to, phrase it. So they're all of a sudden like Clayface is just like wrecking the place, and Barbara's changing into Batgirl as the cops are trying to deal with it, and Clayface is like, like as soon as I deal with you guys, I'll slip into the public, just another face in the crowd, and he turns into Bullock's face and Montoya's face. It's really cool. I'm glad because, as we had mentioned in some of our earlier Clayface episodes, I'm glad that they seem to have gotten a better handle on the Clayface animation. Because that's part of the reason why we didn't see Clayface a lot. Because they're like, oh my gosh, like what are you gonna do? Like our animators are gonna kill us with the overworked job. And so, yeah, Barbara's getting into Batgirl mode, and I think she like kicks him out the window because there's like a skating rink outside, and he like crashes into the ice.
yeah,
And that's when the cops like run out to meet with a battle with Clayface. And so Clayface is okay. Let me set up the joke here because like I don't want to ruin the punchline. Barbara says, as like Bullock is and Montoya are standing there, she says, "Shoot the Santa," and Bullock says, "You wouldn't," to Montoya because he's dressed as Santa, and she's like, "Not you, you idiot." There, there's a Santa in a sleigh, like strung up with the lights, like a
yeah.
motorized Santa. And I like right above Clayface, and he's like, "Oh!" And so they shoot it down, and Montoya's like, "Don't tempt me." So no, she didn't say that, but I'm sure she was thinking it. And
Like that was for later.
yeah, yeah, that was my Christmas present. They shoot it down, and like it electrifies Clayface, and he falls down on the ground like unconscious, and so they're like, yeah, it's all in a day's work, or something. And right before this kind of vignette kind of ends, they have the crowd, and like I'm pretty sure the press is there because there's like cameras flashing, and they're like, well, I guess we can, like get started on our Christmas break. Our job's done. And Montoya's like, our job's not done. We got to get the evidence, which is inside him. And Bullock's like, "Oh, come on." She's like, "Oh, no, you don't. Roll up them sleeves." Like, shouldn't this be forensics job? Like, and Bullock's just like, "Ah, man." So,
So yeah, surprised they didn't do like a this is a dirty job, but someone's got to do a joke.
mhm. Well, did they ever establish if Clayface is radioactive like he is in the comics? Because it's like, is Bullock about to be elbows deep in cancer?
Well, I'm sure. Like how many times like everyone's fell into like Ace Chemicals fats, man. They're getting just getting cancer that way instead.
Yeah, there you go. Gotham has many flavors of cancer. So the next vignette is New Year's Eve, where Gordon is showing Gordon. The only difference to Gordon is that he looks older. Like he looks less buff than he did. He looks more like a
Yeah,
like an old man should.
yeah. Gotham's to do will age you fast
Yeah.
because I'm
So
sure this is probably like the next week after the last of the time we saw him. But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, by like everyone was out of Arkham at that time, so so it was a heavy week.
So he's showing a video clip to Batman and Robin in his office. And when I say Robin, I mean Tim Drake. Who is Tim Drake? Where did he come from? You're not going
Where'd
to
you
find
go?
out till next week.
Where'd you come from, Top Nigel?
And he's showing him a video clip of the Joker. All right, so let's do it. Let's talk about the new design of the Joker. It's awful.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say like the new Joe Head Robin design, which I also don't like.
I mean I like that as like a Tim Drake thing, but yeah, well, okay. Let's talk about Tim Drake first, and then we'll talk about the Joker. What don't you like about the Tim Drake design?
I just, I just like this. I guess he is a kid, but it looks more kiddish.
Yeah, it's
Like,
more
because
black and red and yellow.
yeah. So that's all I was say. And yeah, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I can't really put a finger as to why I don't like it, but yeah, it's not a fan of this. Not a fan of this design.
Yeah, his
Uh,
eyes are definitely like more wider. Like
yeah, it's definitely like yeah. See, I got like Spider-Man eyes in this one almost.
oh yeah, no, true enough. Yeah, no, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, it is kind of Spider-Man design with
Yeah,
the mask.
yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about the, the clown prince of crime in the room. Okay, so I'm not the only person to mention this because in the I don't know if it's on your DVD copy, but on at least one of the DVDs where like they have like featurettes of like the production team like talking about like the new designs. They talk about all the updated designs except for the Jokers because they know most of the fans hate this and they don't want to explain why they did it. Um, the Joker, how would I describe this new look? I mean, the biggest comparison I've read online, and I think it's true and accurate, is he looks like Steamboat Willie. His eyes are like black with like little white pupils. His face is more sharp. That, if anything, is like fine compared to like the rest of the character designs that he's kind of side by side with. But I think the biggest one that I find is like his smile is he looks more like chattering teeth than anything. It has no like personification to it. He has no lips. He's just like a he looks like a nutcracker. But yeah,
or
that's
or
that.
or looks like those fake teeth you see in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, what were your thoughts on the Joker design?
I I didn't notice that it was different, but I didn't really have any thoughts on it either way. Really, I was just like, it's just another Joker, really. So I didn't really, because now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really, can't really think of what it looks like now that it did, because it didn't really strike me as too different. Well, I guess it was different, but I guess it didn't really strike me. It didn't really strike me either way, really. So.
Those are the biggest things about him. I know eventually when they get to like Justice League and like even like Return of the Joker, they've kind of amalgamated like the best features from this, few as they are, with the original design. I'm like, okay, that's perfect because like I even like that version more than the original BTOS version. I feel like that has more like updated and consistent look to it. But yeah, this almost every time I'm like, if it wasn't for Mark Hamill, I probably would have hated every single Joker appearance in this show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just pulled it up and like, and I'm looking at it. It's kind of giving me Freakazoid vibes.
It is Freakazoid.
Yeah.
Holy crap! You just blew my mind. It is Freakazoid.
Round and round in underwear, freaking
Yeah.
me, chimpanzee.
I guess that is because like I'm assuming that there's less because of the consistency with like the other like side of the DCAU with Superman. I'm assuming that they had not as many like animators that they were kind of shopping around with compared to like the original run. So I'm assuming that they're like, okay, we got to pick a design and we got to roll with it, like make it as less complicated as possible. But it's like you had a lot to work with the Joker before, and plus, like I said, not all the characters, other than like some very small tweaking, not all the characters look drastically different. So like, why if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway,
And
that's our tangent on why the Joker looks like shit.
the I was trying to do a merge like Freakazoid and Joker, but there was no merging of it that really worked.
Yeah, I just know what Freakazoid looks like. I've never
Yeah,
watched the show.
yeah. Yeah, I watched it, by the way. Yeah, so it's
So
definitely interesting.
so Joker is apparently Joker got a side job at Foot Locker because he interrupts a football game and he's like like Merry like Happy New Year Gothamites, it's your old Uncle Joker here and I'm here and I what did he say, like I solemnly swear to not kill people for an entire year,
Yeah,
but it's New Year's Eve, so that means I've got a lot of murders that I gotta like I'm pretty sure he actually said the word murder.
yeah.
um
They say might as well get it out of my system before then.
yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the thing is like they're not really beating around the bush with like the censor stuff here. I mean, like they're not like showing blood and gore, but like later on, Gordon shows like a picture of like a chalked out body, like kind of like crime scene.
like the outline. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, like wow.
it's better than actually like showing the actual like person like being there dead, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, but then you show a photo of the person with the rictus grin. I'm like, and they said like this is the first like homicide victim, and I'm like, wow, like so we're not pretending that they're like on the edge of death. They're just dead.
Yeah, that just makes me think like is like the Chaco line like a movies TV thing for cops, or is it, or do you think it was an actual thing in real life?
I think it's a real practice. I mean, I can't think of how else you'd be able to unless you're spray painting it. I can't think of how else you would kind of do it. Like
But what about why would they do it
because I
though?
think they want to they want to prevent any interference with the crime scene, like at all you know rules as possible. But I think it's also about like where the body landed, like like okay, so if the body landed this way, like where would he have fallen from? Like what direction would like the bullet? I'm not like I've watched a little bit of CSI to kind of understand why they do
So
it, but
for TV reasons, yeah, it makes sense. But like, but is that but is that actual like real life practice? So like, it does actually translate into real actual real life like detective work and stuff.
I mean, in modern technology, it might be a different method, but I could see it happening. Like I it wouldn't shock me if it was I like believe it or not, I've never been to a murder scene, nor would I admit to one on mic if I had. But yeah, I can't think of another way of how they would do it, and with the consistency of it, I'd like to think that that's how they do it, and if not. I would definitely be like, so are we actually going to solve this crime or are you guys just dicking around? Like, But yeah, so Joker, the first victim he had was a Goth Corp scientist named Dr. Erickson, who was working on a sonic-based weapon powerful enough to kill anyone in earshot. So
Sonic Boom.
yeah, so like kind of think of like the Black Canary cry, except like like technology based, and basically like a shockwave that can like kill people. So, Joker had made mention about like a countdown. So, like, Batman's like, all right, countdown, New Year's Eve. So, like, there's nowhere better for him to, like, stage his, like, big finale than, the Gotham Square where they're going to do the New Year's countdown. So, Joker is there standing in the middle of the public with his clown goons, and nobody's running away.
Well, as I said, like I think at this point, yeah, they if you see something in like a face makeup, you probably don't even like take a second glance to be like, hey, is this the Joker or is it just like Joker-esque makeup?
If it's Joker-esque, I'm still running the other direction. Like that, like how stupid can you be for like the average public citizen?
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, even so, that's how like desensitized the average person is at Gotham.
They're just willing to accept their fate as soon as like, well, I guess there's nothing I can do. There's lots you can do. Yeah, because I mean, the closest thing in terms of like, and they kind of implied this. I guess everybody's just so wasted from like drinking the New Year's champagne because like one guy later on is showing to be like puking in the corner. That I guess are like so drunk that they're just like, well, I think I look like a
Yeah,
joker.
yeah. Well, that tracks for New Year's Eve, yeah. So if there's not a couple people puking, man, is it really a party?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I haven't gotten like, heavily intoxicated in my lifetime, but I don't recall ever being so heavily intoxicated that my survival instincts just switch off. Like, I don't know. Like I didn't get behind the wheel of a car, thankfully, but like so then Joker's saying to his goons, like as soon as like they have this big bell, like this giant Liberty sign, bigger than the
Oh,
Liberty Bell that he's gonna have like reach to the top of like the square, the tower in Gotham Square, and when it hits midnight to ring in the new year,
yeah,
and
but but isn't usually practice isn't to like to drop the bell or ball, not to raise it.
yeah, well, that's what
I
I
thought was weird.
thought.
Yes, I thought it was weird that they had the so I guess they were like, oh, you gotta make it a little different because you gotta do something different in Gotham.
Yeah, it was like well, that's the thing. I'm like, are we going carnival game style here? Like like it reaches the top and then comes crashing down. Uh,
Where's the Harley Mallet to fucking to raise it?
yeah,
Bing!
exactly. Yeah, so Joker's like like it'll kill everybody within earshot for like, like for miles or something. And he's like, Batman hasn't shown up yet, but he has that nasty habit of like ruining my fun at the last minute. Thankfully, I came with party favors. So Joker pulls a V for Vendetta, and he's got Joker masks for the whole crowd. Again, even if you're drunk, why would you put this on?
Uh, uh,
You exactly. You can't come up with a
no,
logical
no, no. I
answer.
was gonna say like, you know, how, yeah, usually swayed drunk people are. They're like, here, put this mask on. Okay.
You mean this joke that looks like Gotham's most wanted
Uh,
criminal?
yeah, you're giving drunk people too much credit on New Year's Eve.
I don't
Yeah,
think I'm not.
no, you 100% are.
We're 100% voting in the Discord chat. Team
I,
drunk Team drunk people are suicidal. Team Braden is right. Anyway, so yeah, Batman and Robin are getting through there, and then they're like, "Oh, we thought we'd be able to find the Joker, but like the Joker is everywhere. Everybody's." I think he even said like Joker's not only blending with the crowd, but he's also going to make sure everybody dies with a smile on their face. Except he's not blending in with the crowd. You can see the Joker playing on the friggin' piano. He's not trying to blend in with the crowd. So what was the point of the stupid masks? I tell you, it makes no sense. So yeah, Joker's got like the Sonic uh weapon headphones
I keep
on.
on wanting to say screwdriver, but that's like that's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's got like the soundproof headphones on. That like
Yeah, they called it mufflers. Yeah, which I was
yeah,
like, those are like yeah, soundproof earphones,
yeah.
earphones.
So he I love like when he sees him, he's just like, all right, so what's our plan of attack? And Batman's like, what do you think? He chucks a batarang in the back of the Joker, it hits him, and he slams his face into the piano. Hard.
I think that also knocking off the earphone dealer with mufflers, whatever, too. I think.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this fight ensues between Batman, the Joker, and their goons. Um, Tim is kind of pulling a bit of a Black Widow when he's good, like just like kind of sitting on the guy's shoulders, squeezing his legs around him, and just beating his head with his fist. So I'm like that's kind of cool. Like the 10-year-old kid is like just beating the crap out of you. But yeah, so Batman is trying to like disarm the bomb, and I love how there's a lot of kind of movement in this fight, but at one point Joker like yeah, kind of knocks Batman down, and I love this line because he's like he grabs a bottle of champagne and he's like, "Stupid Batman, that champagne went right to your head," and he's about to smash it over Batman's head. I'm like, okay, that's good writing. I like that. And then what did Batman do? Oh yeah, I think he grabbed a bucket of champagne. Was it, or was it like the ice the champagne was stored in?
Yeah, I think that like the thing that they use the chilling thing, whatever.
Yeah, and he like throws it onto the controls as it's getting closer to the top of the tower, and like it blitzes. And right after he does that, Joker actually shoots Batman with a bullet in his arm. I'm like,
Like
dang.
or in the shoulder, yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, like the sensors are being a lot more lax here, and they would let a lot slide through the cracks with like the original BTOS. So I was actually pretty impressed. Like, and again, this is the opening episode of like the reboot, so to speak.
yeah,
And so the bell is like about to hit the top, and then when it does, all of a sudden, like the weapon is fried. It explodes. The bell comes crashing down. Joker just looks up and goes, "Oh no." And this is where I realize that Joker is officially a Looney Tune because the bell, which is like the size of something you'd see in Notre Dame, smacks him right down. Like it fall what, like 8 stories?
yeah.
And like squishes him like a pancake. Even Batman kind of reels back and goes, "Ugh." And he's like, and like you just see like him and Joker or him and Robin looking at the Joker through like the crack in the bell, who's squished like a pancake, and he's just like, "Ouch!" I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. You don't get hit by a bell, and then you're back next week for another crime spree." Like,
Have you not seen cartoons before?
well, there's cartoons and there's cartoons because Batman just got shot by a bullet and Joker just got crushed to death.
Again, have you not seen cartoons before?
I'm used to cartoons with consistency.
Again, this is consistent. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's
With
not.
cartoons. Like with cartoons, yeah, it's not real life, but that's why we have cartoons.
Second poll, Braden is right, or cartoons need consistent rules.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What you're saying is consistent with cartoons.
So the next scene is like what, like 2 in the morning in Joe's.
1:55 a.m. at the at Joe's Tavern
Yeah.
because I think it kind of like it starts off with like Harley's and Poison Ivy's The apartment was like across the street from Joe's, but like up on the second floor or whatever. But was across the street from that Joe's Tavern.
Imagine if this was Joe Chill just hiding in plain sight. Like, I just set up a bar and Batman never found me. Like, and he visits me every year.
No, I was or I was gonna say like, oh, he's never been here, but yeah, I think the scene shows that he isn't in here every year. Yeah, it's yeah, Commissioner Gordon's getting there and getting ready to sit down, and like the whoever runs the place is like saying like, hey, do you think he's gonna yeah, he think he's gonna show up this year or whatever?
Yeah.
And
And
he's like, and yeah, that's where Gordon mentions they got oh, he did hurt his shoulder earlier, so he might not. But he's or he's like, oh, like oh, if I know him, he'll be here, and he goes to sit down, and he's like, yep, and they hear a noise in like the back room. He's like, yep, right on time, and he ends up walking in,
yeah.
and then ask for a coffee, and they're like pours it, and then you see like Gordon like and he's like, hey, okay, now that he's here, like yeah, I'll take some of those cheesesteaks he's famous for, and then turn yeah,
Well,
then
they have a little toast with their coffee because he's like, I guess like at some point they started this tradition of, here's to another year of not dying.
yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, that's something worth toasting. Yeah, sure. Especially given
yeah,
your
yeah,
guys'
yeah,
lines of work.
yeah, because they have like a similar scene in the Dark Knight Returns, but like yeah, obviously it's like later on in life after he's like quote unquote retired. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
like I think it was like was it like before or after the race? Yeah,
Uh,
I think that began of the movie, like the series slash movie.
Wait, you're talking Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah, or the Dark Knight Returns, like the animated.
Oh, that one. I
Yeah,
never saw that one.
yeah, and it was like almost like a one for one from like the series from the actual like comic as well, like the Frank
Okay.
Miller, because that's like a Frank Miller comic, and they did that, yeah. So because yeah, because it starts off with like him like in like they have there's like a race car race in Gotham, and he's like in it, and then he ends up
So
crashing.
Batman does watch NASCAR.
No, no, Batman is NASCAR, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
And I can't remember if him and Gordon were in the restaurant having the little toast, whatever, if it's before or after the race. Because it's been a minute since I've seen it. Yeah, but the scene made me think of that.
Hey, Batman, what's the crowd saying? Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when they say like hopefully we're doing this again next year and not 6 feet under. And yeah, so as you mentioned, Gordon says to the waiter, he's like, I think I'll take a cheesesteak to go. And he turns around and Batman has not only vanished but paid the bill. I also love that Batman figured out exactly what Gordon's gonna order and paid for that on top of the coffee. Like that's cute. And it again, that's like, world's greatest detective kind of, fact there. And Gordon's like, 1 year I'm gonna beat him to the check, son of a bitch. Like you say that until you find out how much money he makes, and then you're gonna let him pay every time.
I should have gotten a double order at that time. Fuck.
Yeah. How many cheesecakes can I fit into the trunk of my car? Let's find out.
What would you give this episode out of five vignettes?
Considering, I mean, they didn't start from scratch, but it was a lot of like kind of back to the drawing board, kind of like a repilot, as it were. Um, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. The shorts definitely kind of landed. I mean, I thought that the Clayface one was a little too short for my liking. But otherwise, no, I thought it was good. I liked most of the character revamps. I thought that the animation was pretty solid. And yeah, it kind of like reintroduces you to the world that we know, and yeah, it kind of brings a little bit more life to it. Um, yeah, I don't know why they decided to air a Christmas episode in September, but that's their business. So Yeah. How about you?
Because the Christmas episodes usually end up starting like mid November because that's
Hmm.
usually like because that's the end of the Christmas season is like usually at the like first week of December. They come there, yeah. So it's kind of weird they did that early, but I think I'll give this episode a 3 out of 5 because it was a nice little setup for the rest of the series. Like I would have kind of preferred like just like a flat out just episode, but I guess doing like three little vignettes just kind of like show like I guess the new designs of everybody and so the new slash updated designs of everybody and stuff. So, but so I guess that kind of makes sense. But I give it a 3 out of 5 myself. All right, folks, that is the episode for this week. Thanks for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman, the animated series. Next week's episode will be Sins of the Father, which sounds like a Spider-Man the animated series episode because I think because they usually do like 3 to 4 like as episode like story arcs in there, and I think one of those story arcs was called Sins of the Father. I'm almost certain. And you can follow us on Twitter/X at Beyond Backcast, on Instagram at Beyond the Backcast, and we are on YouTube now at youtube.com/at Beyond the Backcast. Check us out there. Give us a rate, review, and subscribe on there or wherever you find your podcast. Definitely help us out. Where can we find you on the internet, Braden?
You can find me at my podcast, Fandom and Folklore, where we talk about fantasy movies and TV shows and the fandoms that follow them. And if you want to find out more about our show, go to our Instagram, Beyond the Backcast, and find our link tree to our Discord. And you can find the Batcave, where we talk about all sorts of Batman stuff. And you can vote whether I was right or Adam was wrong.
I think we're going by now that most of the stuff where I've been right. So I think everyone will know that I know the truth.
The truth. To quote the Bible, what is truth?
Me. And you can follow me on Instagram at Stunk Schmunkman. That is my personal account there. And as I said, thanks for joining us the Batcave to talk about Batman at the animated series Beyond the Backcast. Goodbye, good chums. Kapow.